Yo, what up? It's Game. You know what it is, man. In NYC, you're watching Renato Romaine TV. I mean, what else would you be watching? Duh.
You're now checking out Renato Romaine, cool.
I'm Renato Romaine, your ear candy. I got one of my faves up in here today, Game.
We each other fave.
Right? Yeah. I hear you listen to Ear Candy Mornings a lot.
I do, a lot. A whole bunch.
You need to start calling in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to call in.
Yeah. This is a great time for you. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the anniversary of your
It's been a decade.
debut documentary album, 10 years later.
That's a long time.
Have you exceeded your dreams? Because you've come a long way since that little boy at the swap meet in Compton.
You know what it is that, in hip-hop, people think, like, you've been in the game for 10 years, like, it happened so fast. But if you equate it to, like, real life, like, think of somebody going from the 2nd grade to the 12th. Like, that's like a 7-year-old to a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So a lot has transpired in the last 10 years, some good, some bad. But at the end of the day, I feel like, it's all, the bad things were a lesson, and I'm still here. And it's cool to, after 10 years, still be, like, relevant and potent, and people still be checking for you and just,
Yeah. I was at the screening the other night. You had me out late. The documentary
that
screening.
That was the first time I seen it. It's cool. It's like a few, I'm critical of my own stuff. So it's like there's a few parts where, some music and stuff was too loud and stuff. But we got to.
Oh, so you were watching as like a filmmaker.
Yeah. And so I want to fix a few things, but it's dope. We got a few more things to add, and I think it's gonna be all right.
Yeah. So, but it's the making of the documentary too.
Yeah.
And what was so cool about it, I've never been to a screening like that before, where you had your photographer there, Jonathan Mannion, shout out to him, and he took a look back at your career from you dropped your debut through photos, and it was real funny watching you look at yourself and who you were then.
I don't see those photos every day. I did them then, and I don't really see myself as that. And when you're looking at old pictures of yourself that you haven't seen in a while, especially your kids, because my firstborn was on the cover of the documentary, and now he almost 6 feet.
Wow.
He going on 13, so he almost 6 feet, and he ranked basketball in the country, and it's like looking at him as a baby, like I don't even remember him like that. So those pictures, it was a throwback. And,
but you were cringing at yourself, like the whole belt thing. That was pretty funny. You looking at yourself not wearing belts.
I had a concept to it. I had this thing where I wasn't wearing like belts or suspenders or like anything that was a strap, and you know what it transcended into, like, the car. I wasn't putting on seat belts, and
what?
I just had this thing where I felt like nothing couldn't hold me, like I didn't want nothing to hold me, so I didn't wear belts, seat belts, like none of that, man. And it was stupid, but that was like young boy stuff. And so it's funny to see that picture, and because I know the mind state that I was in back then, which was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, who would you say you were then compared to who you are now, or who you are now compared to back then?
You know what? I think that at heart, I'm still the same person at heart as I was when I was 22, 23 years old. I think that as time, if you're a semi-educated person or a person that just lets life take its course, you become wise as the clock rotates and as years, days turn to months, months turn to years, and you become wise. And then your children, if you're a good parent or you love your children, and then you love the family structure, then that ages you too, and you get a little wiser in that, because there are certain things that I really want to say or I really want to do sometimes, and then I understand that my son got an Instagram and he got friends and he got to go to school, and so it's like 50-50. Like sometimes I still go there, and sometimes I won't.
But now you're thinking twice because you got a teenager.
Smart. I had a conversation with my son after my last incident with this cop, and my son called me and like damn near broke me down and the tears, and he was just telling me, he was like, Dad, you can't see what's happening, like they really trying to like take our money, and so that was weird, because he got an iPhone, and like it came as a text, and then I had to call him, and he was just like sort of scolding me,
right?
And I listened, you know what I'm saying, and I put him in like good schools, because I made some of myself, and so my kids go to school in good schools, private schools and whatnot. So he's very well, he's vocal and very verbal about his feelings, and he's in all these arts and performance classes. Right. So he's he speaks his mind. So it was kind of cool, and that checked me. So I think that as far as like putting my hands on people and like getting provoked, I think we've seen the last of that from Game.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Well, he's here, folks. Game celebrating the anniversary album.
And the tighter the suit. You know, I'm trying to wear like get tighter suits so I can't really swing or do anything. Like
that was the first thing I noticed. You're looking very debonair today, Game. You got on a steppers. You did that for me?
I did it for you. And, yeah, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just want to let everybody know I spent like too much money and time for it, trying to get nice for Renata, and I'm uncomfortable a little bit. My pants, these Tom Ford pants, they itching.
Are they?
Yeah. You
they look a little tight.
They itching for the paper. Like they itching. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I've been uncomfortable, but I've been hearing that, you know, I look nice all day from women around New York. So I might buy a few more suits and try to figure out I got to get out of itchy pants, though.
Yeah, you got the good hair, the curls. You're not afraid
what?
to show it.
See, the old Game had the
baldy.
I was bald head because I thought that like having like because. You know, my dad is like Spanish and Indian, and my mom's is straight black, but we got a good grade of hair. And so I thought that if I grew out my hair, like that wouldn't be gangster enough in the beginning. So I would just shave everything off and just be bald head because I felt like that was thugged out. And it went along with just the belt theory, and it's just a bunch of stupid stuff because, you know, maybe I could have been a sex symbol way back in the day if I'd have just
grew my
hair a little bit.
It's Game. He's in here. Ear Candy Mornings, Hip Hop Nation. I'm Renata Romania, Ear Candy. We're back with Game. Pick up that album, Documentary 2. When is it out?
October 9th, disc 1 drops, and disc 2 drops on October 16th, and then you can look for both discs coming in, a package together like a few weeks after
the film it's along with the album?
The film is separate. We still editing and getting it right, but it's going to be a real, you've seen the gist of it, so you know it's real informative, especially from, a fan standpoint. If you're a fan of Game and you're watching it, you can really get in tune with what it took to put the album together. I mean, from being in with Nas to Dr. Dre and Will I Am and just other artists that I collaborated with and producers. Like you really get a feel what how rigorous the those nights were in the studio.
Look at this. We were talking about photos.
Yeah, that is crazy. I'm gonna speak for myself.
This was like one of your first times up here. You had everybody scared and afraid. Look at your face though. You look mad angry.
I would never smile in them days.
No.
And that jacket is funny because that jacket was like a 4X something.
This is funny.
And I just moved and I gave that jacket away in like a yard sale that I did on Instagram with my fans and stuff.
You don't have that tattoo anymore. You changed it.
It's there a little bit. It has evolved with me.
Yeah. You seem like you're in a much happier place now, though.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at that same angry guy.
I was angry. I was young. I don't know. That guy was just who that guy was. These days, the smiles and the good feelings and all that mostly come from just being appreciative of the longevity, just being allowed to exist in hip hop for this long, due to my fans' support, and just being a dad and have growing children and looking at them, progress as little people and become themselves, and their personalities is starting to flourish, and so that type of stuff, brings on the smile.
Do you equate that with getting soft?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, and it's crazy because my daughter's especially Callie, man. It's whenever I think about her, I just feel like a bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I think about my daughter and she just makes me so soft and I only could think about really, really nice things when I think about her. But the me inside is you bitch ass.
There's a saying, God will pay you back with a daughter.
I don't want to get paid back by God for anything. I want to ride with God hand in hand and be cool. But yeah, your daughter will make you soft. Children will make you soft in general. But daughters are, Nas will tell you all about it.
All right, let's talk about the album, Documentary 2. I asked the label for, a copy of the album. I wanted to listen to the tracks and they shut me straight down. Yeah. But you got enough stuff out there. We know Drake is on the album, Engaged, Low, Future.
I think that I'm the only hip hop artist that can put out a really good body of work and call it an album and have features like Q-Tip and Nas on the same album as like Kendrick and YG, and Ice Cube and Dr. Dre are featured on the album. So this album, and it's a double disc, so it's like Nas is on disc 2, Wayne is on disc 2, YG is on disc 2.
Wayne as well.
Yeah, but you got Kanye and Drake and Cube and Dre and Kendrick on disc 1.
Damn.
And it sort of plays out like a movie. It's just like one long ride through LA. You got Sway doing a skit, you know what I'm saying, about me and Sway, like we drove through, LA and got sweated like in real life by some Crips.
Really?
So, we turned into it.
Wait. You was with Sway?
Yeah.
Did he bitch up?
Nah.
Okay.
Sway,
Okay. Hey,
he
Sway.
Yeah, but Sway is a G. You know what I'm saying? You know Sway from California too.
Yeah, he's from Oakland, right?
Yeah, and that's like Oakland is just like Compton for real. So we that turned into a skit, and then during that skit, we talk about how the whole shooting with me and G Unit went down 10 years ago, and the album is dope. Man.
Hold your thought. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
This game celebrating the anniversary album, the documentary too. I'm Renata Romain, your ear candy. Hip Hop Nation. Hip Hop Nation, I'm Renata Romain, your ear candy here with Game. Hit us up on Twitter at Renata Romain
on Twitter, I'm just the game at the game.
At the game.
Yeah.
So now when we left off, you were talking about the documentary itself, the film that accompanies the album. So, speaking, we were talking about Sway and Crips rolling up on you and everything.
Yeah.
Drake looked like he was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, everybody says that.
Shooting the video, was he?
Yeah, he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the whole the week leading up to us shooting the video, Drake was hitting me every day like, yo, when we going to Compton?
Yeah.
When we going to Compton? I've been wanting to go to Compton my whole life.
That was his first time in Compton?
That was his first time in Compton.
Wow.
So that was dope. And you know what? A lot of people came out from my hood and they embraced him. It was no incidents, no nothing.
Yeah.
And so if, he looked uncomfortable to people, like maybe that's just his,
that's
look.
That's his look, yeah.
Maybe he got this chemical imbalance in the hood or something. But
it works for him.
Yeah, but it worked. Like, we had fun, man. Drake was excited. The people were excited that he came. It was dope for me because I got to bring, like, hip-hop's #1 guy, right now to Compton, someplace where you would never see Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was a good thing for the hood, and I appreciated it. He appreciated it, and they appreciated him. So it was all love.
So you have Drake on the album and you're friends with Meek. When you brought Drake to Compton, I'm sure you guys spent a lot of time together. Did he bring up the whole Meek Mill situation? Like did you give him some advice on how he should handle that?
I don't want no parts of that. But I kind of I usually have something to say about, rap beefs and feuds and whatnot, and try to be like the voice of hip hop and sometimes reason and sometimes not reason. But I thought since the Drake and Meek beef was nonviolent and it was, it stayed on wax and it was fun for the people and a bunch of Instagram memes went out and it became funny and cool. I just left it at that, and I thought it was a good thing for hip hop. Unlike, other big beefs in hip hop like Mines and 50, which could have ended, tragically, and not to mention the untimely demises of Tupac and Biggie. You never wanted to veer off and go that way. So you got to just kind of respect the culture, and Meek and Drake did their thing, and I let the people kind of say who won and who lost. I talked to Drake a few times about it.
What you guys talk about?
We was just talking about being in a hip hop beef and how he felt like, damn, I'm in a real hip hop beef, and he was asking, is this how it felt when you was beefing with 50? And I was like, yeah, it's like, two guys that are really, really relevant going at one another. And it's like, it's real, it's a thin line because a career or two could be ended. And so you got to watch how you play it. And we just, laughed and joked about it. But yeah, man.
Who won?
Huh?
Who won?
I don't know. It wasn't like it wasn't like it was a championship, you know what I'm saying? Like a Spurs game or nothing. Yeah. I'll let y'all say it. You trying to cross me.
Of course. So now you brought up you brought up 50. Now that really got serious. The Minister Farrakhan had to come in between you guys, right? And try
that didn't even work.
It didn't.
Yeah.
In the film, we're watching you on stage performing, and Hate It or Love It and How We Do, still two of your biggest records. Yeah. Still two of my favorite songs. And I was sitting there saying, wow, how cool would it be for Fifth to walk out and perform that song with you? Yeah,
the likelihood of that happening is like slim to none. We're not I guess it's that old like the Beatles beef. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like you get two people and they just won't reconcile. And I mean, that's what Jimmy Iovine used to say when we first split. He was like, "You guys, I had the Black Beatles and G Unit, and you guys just ruined it." And at that time, I was young, bald head, no belt, and I just felt like fuck Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear that. I hate 50. These days, I don't harbor any hate for anybody in G Unit. I'm kind of just doing my thing. They reunited, on a small scale and kind of did their thing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't hating on that. I thought it was cool because number one, Young Buck is my friend outside of music, and I thought it was dope that 50 even gave him an opportunity to, just add, a few, some years to his career and put some more money in his pocket. So it's all good.
I want to know, how did that affect...
And I watch Power. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Power was amazing.
I like Power. It was
yeah,
good.
yeah. I want to know, how did that situation affect you and Dr. Dre, if at all? But when we come back,
Yeah.
it's
We'll
game.
talk about it when we come back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hip Hop Nation. Hip Hop Nation, I'm Renata Man, your ear candy, talking a game, celebrating the anniversary album.
Yeah,
This is big.
a decade.
10 years
It's a
later,
long time.
the documentary too. All right, Dr. Dre is an influential figure in your life.
In everybody's life, if you think about it.
Yeah, but you were a little boy down there getting turkeys from him and Eazy-E, and he's on your album. He's been a part of your career.
Yeah.
What does he mean to you, that figure?
You know what, Dr. Dre has been a part of my life ever since I could remember. Since, the early days, from 1989, 90, 91. I was just a kid, 8, 9 years old, and Easy and Dre and Cube and Ren, all of them were really instrumental in the growth of hip hop or gangster rap. So it would be in Compton, and to be a kid and be right there, it was just amazing. And to actually see them come back to the hood and annually, not like once and you never seen them again. Back in them days, they was riding through Compton because that's just what it was. And from that to being to having him as my mentor and then like a big brother, I'm forever grateful. So with Dr. Dre is, that's like, I don't know. I can't even put a word, a phrase, or anything on it. It just is one of the most amazing things that ever happened to me in my life, to be given a chance to elevate myself as a man and, secure my family's financial future just by a guy just, saying, I want to work with him. It's just been remarkably dope for me. And so I'm forever grateful.
Would you be here if it wasn't for him?
I don't know where I would be. I feel like at that point I was already rapping and I would be somewhere, because before I chose to sign with Aftermath, I was running around with Diddy, and before that I was running around with Irv. So I feel like as far as Compton is concerned, my city knew who I was before the world did, and they would have stood behind me no matter where I signed. But I don't think it would have been as big as it was if it wasn't Dr. Dre.
Did the 50 thing, I don't know,
cause a wedge,
affect the relationship, and how?
If you seen Straight Outta Compton, right?
Yeah.
At this point, if you take that and you think of how much drama Dr. Dre had already been through in his career up to that point when me and 50 start, blazing guns and trying to kill each other, Dre's stand to step back from both of us and kind of like be cool on that drama that wasn't directly involving him. I didn't understand that then. I kind of thought like he was turning his back on me, and I was real mad about it. But as you get older and you realize like that wasn't his thing to be in, so he stepped back, and we ain't talked for like maybe like a year and a half, and then then we talked again, and he was just like, I've been with you the whole time. I've been watching. That's just your thing. And I waited until, you got your mind right.
Why did he wait so long?
Focus on music. He was doing his thing. Like I said, it wasn't for him.
Yeah. It's game. Documentary 2.
It's coming.
Big album. Can we call it a classic like the first?
Yeah, you can call it a classic because that's just exactly what it is.
Hip Hop Nation. Hip Hop Nation, we're back on Renata Romania, Air Candy. Pick up that new album, October 9th.
Yeah.
Big day, 10 years in
Huge
the
day.
game. Documentary 2, the album. So we talk about Straight Outta Compton and NWA. You actually wanted to name the first album Nigga with an Attitude,
I was gonna
right?
do it NWA Volume 1, yeah.
The second documentary. Why would you name it Documentary 2?
You know what? Because I felt like after a decade I could. I felt like after 6 albums, I earned the right to kind of do whatever I wanted in my career, especially as a artist that was leaving Interscope and going the independent route, and just getting the distribution and support from E1, and sort of being able to make all the decisions for myself. I just named it the documentary too. When I told Dre I was doing that, he was like, "No, don't do that. You're not ready." Like,
why?
Because he told me that the worst thing that he could have done was try to do another Chronic in the beginning before it happened.
Yeah.
But then he said, the powers that be, the Mailmans and the Eminems and the Snoop Dogs and everybody that was involved with Chronic 2001, with everybody's help, the Corrupts and the Dog Pounds and all of that, it made it easier for him. So he told me, if you think that you got the right producers and the right team and the right support system to outdo your first album, if you really feel like that in your heart, then go for it. If you don't, then I wouldn't suggest you do it. And so I went home and I played with other titles, and I came back like a few weeks later, and I told him that I wanted to name it the documentary too, and he was like, "Come back when you got some music." And so the first track that I did was I went to get Kendrick because I felt like it was Compton, it was my era, and it's the new guy. And so, me and Kendrick did On Me, and I brought it to Dre. He said it was crazy, and so that was track number 1. And what I did after that is I put track number 1 in a Pro Tools session, and then after track number 1, I worked on track number 2. So we did about 10 songs until we found one that went after, the one with me and Kendrick, and we did the same thing for number 3, and that's how I completed the album.
I was really taken aback at the studio culture.
Oh yeah, if you was on my Instagram, you seen 94 Bad Boy sessions.
Lord have mercy. And you got a daughter, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
It was
going down in them studio sessions.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, my daughter don't got a phone, she's straight. But it was we had fun recording this album, and I mean everybody came through, from Dre to Diddy to Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Future, Drake, Kanye, everybody came through. Because at one point, people was just coming through because they was hearing about the vibe.
It was like a party.
People was really coming through like to kick it, chill, drink, and just have fun.
And y'all had strippers too.
We had strippers, we had alcohol.
Y'all had butt naked women up in there.
Yeah, it was cracking.
Lord, it's game.
Yeah. Don't be offended. Some women are supposed to be naked in studio environments. That's just how it is.
Whatever floats your boats.
Yeah.
Hip Hop
Naked women
Nation.
float mine.
It's Hip Hop Nation. We're back with Game, the documentary, to October 9th. That's a huge day. I think one of the reasons why people really, really love you is because you're so real.
Yeah.
You're talented, but, you're just a real person. And one of the reasons why I really like you is that you're aware. You're a smart dude. You're not, well, I was going to say you're not ignorant.
I went to college, Renata.
What, you did?
Yeah.
You got a degree?
You see how surprised she is? Like a black man can't make it out of Compton and go to college?
No, that wasn't a stereotypical surprise.
Yeah.
But I just never knew that.
Yeah, nah.
You finished?
No, I didn't finish.
Okay.
So,
What did you study?
I was studying psychology till I got kicked out for selling weed on campus.
Oh,
but
Lord.
It's a whole other thing. I was still smart. I was just I didn't like the fact that I didn't like financial aid. I didn't like being poor.
You didn't like the process?
No, I just wanted a little bit more money than I had. And so, just some little weed. And I lost my scholarship.
Yeah.
And so I went back to the hood, started gangbanging, got shot, and found a rap career. So,
And look at you now.
Thank you, Dean.
Okay, my phone's doing something crazy right now. All right.
You got that new app?
It's vibrating.
They got a new vibrator app. Did you know that?
No. What does it do?
Will.i.am put me on this thing. You buy this dildo, right? I'm serious. The woman buys a dildo, and then the man downloads the app, and you can vibrate it from wherever you at in the world.
You control it.
I control the dildo that woman got.
Oh, that's like remote control panties. They have that.
Yeah, but it's just from Europe. So if your woman is like, if you on tour and your woman at home and she feel like, and it's like a video thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hooks up to her phone. Y'all get on the FaceTime. And
Have you used it?
I haven't. I downloaded the app today. I don't know anyone that has the vibrator yet, but I'm gonna match it up. I gotta find somebody.
You gotta find somebody.
When it come out,
you have a whole TV show trying to find somebody. What's up with that? Let's talk about that a little bit.
It's the evolution of me and me and my
You're a
game.
handsome man. You're smart.
I'm trying to.
You have
figure it
a
out.
lot to offer.
Somebody, I'm gonna marry somebody one
Why are
day.
you having so much trouble in that area?
I don't think I'm really having trouble finding women. I think that I'm having trouble finding the right woman. And maybe I went through a few, but I've probably burnt those bridges, and so now I'm looking for the new right woman.
What are you
So,
looking for?
just a good woman, more so a best friend and somebody that's supportive and somebody that just understands. You know.
How do you find that being who you are?
I mean, Jay found it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your B, or Travis Scott recently found it. People finding people.
I guess so.
You know, just waiting on the next B or Re, I guess.
Yeah. On a more serious note, though, this is where I was going before when I was saying how one of the reasons why I like you is because you can speak on matters that
Yeah.
are important. This whole presidential election. I see a lot of folks, were watching that debate. Who do you have your eye on?
Kanye.
Oh Lord.
Duh. No, I'm kidding. You know what? I'm of course, like I'm Democratic Party all the way.
You are? I would think you would be independent.
I'm not independent. I like Democrats.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm rocking with Hillary. You know what I'm saying? I seen Bill. I seen his work. I mean, getting to him in the Oval Office ain't easy. And if it's part of that family, then I'm rocking. So that's what I'm rolling with. For
That's
that
why
reason.
for that reason.
For that reason. Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. What do you think of the movement?
Black Lives Matter. I think it's amazing movement. I wish that as a people we really cared a lot more because, and I'm not saying that people don't care. I'm just saying it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like the March on Washington or anything to me. It seems like people use it as a hashtag and when they want to join in when someone dies or something. But it's something that if like the Sandra Bland thing, we were on that and now where are we now? Do we not care about Sandra Bland? How come we not doing it daily?
Yeah.
How come we waiting on the next person to pass away or waiting on the next cop to shoot a black person and like we not just riding with it because these days everyone is so consumed with themselves that we can't unify as a race or a culture because of social media and what it does to the mind of young people. It consumes us and it unregisters real shit.
Well said.
Right.
It's game. Documentary 2. I could sit here and talk to you for hours.
All day.
But I
about anything.
We might be out of time.
Well, you know what?
Any last thoughts though you want to leave for the people 10 years in the game, from where you have come from to where you are and where you hope to go?
You know what? I know where I'm going. After this, I'm going to Harlem to get some Amy Roofs. But yeah. For now, man, just, peace and love to everybody. That's it. I'm just happy to still be existent in a game where niggas fall off every day.
On that note, it's the game. Pick up that album October 9th,
Yeah.
Documentary 2.
We out here.
I like you a lot, game. You're always welcome
I like
back.
you too.
Hip Hop Nation, they're Candy Buttons.